All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another stunning episode of Playing Games with Strangers. I am your DM this evening, but with us this evening, I'm just going to go around the circle. We have the Squidmeister, Catherine Zerwinski.
Hey, what's up?
To her right, we have returning our prodigal son. Oh my gosh, it's been literally a month since he's been with us.
Who? Where?
Give it up, everybody, for Josiah Crandall.
Who? What?
Oh, it's good to have you back,
What does he look
Josiah.
like?
I'm glad to be back.
Underneath Josiah on my Twisted Brady Bunch group on the screen, we have Aileen herself, Celeste Mora, whose house I will be hanging out at in less than a month.
Yes. Super excited about that.
I'm a little bit nervous, not gonna lie. But
Happens.
yeah, that's the thing. To her left, we have the king of comic book writing himself. I'm gonna start your fan club, bro, because I've got like all your stuff.
Both of them.
For reals. We have J.S. Earls,
Hola.
my boss. And then finally, but certainly not least, that what am words. Let's
Finally,
try that
but
again.
definitely at the end.
The last person for me to talk about is Dave Mazing, Dave the Man, Dave Humanman, the Hug Boy, the Sexy Boy, the Watcher of my dog, Dave Clements.
Hi, I'm
The
here.
last
Be
one
here.
chosen for the recess teams.
That's all right. I was really fast as a kid. Not so much now.
Well, I'm glad that you got that going for you, Dave, because quite frankly, I was never fast ever. So cool. We got that out of the way. Do we want to recap before or after I roll the music?
Before. Well, I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
Go ahead and recap.
Josiah has to do it because he hasn't been here.
Yeah.
Is that about sum it up?
That's
That's about
Yep,
it.
that's about right.
Yeah.
So thanks for that. Let's go into our theme song.
Playing games with strangers, you know there's no danger. So come on in, we're all friends. Playing games with strangers. I'm playing games with strangers. Play. I'm playing games with strangers.
I will never not enjoy that bass drop. And Steve Arthur, if you ever listen to these episodes, I cannot thank you enough for that theme song. That song is like my jam and a half. Like, it's a bop. I think I'm using that phrase right.
Got it, Grandpa.
I was certainly bopping.
All right. So where we?
Stella, is that you?
No, my Scottish accent sucks beans. So where we left off, dude, are we starting with the breaking people already tonight?
Dave made a really funny face.
That's my normal face.
No, that's
Thanks
just his
so
face.
much.
Don't be mean.
Sorry.
My dad
was-
gave it
that
to
was-
me.
That was his bean sucking face.
Yeah, that's my bean sucking face.
Anyway, so where we left off is the bugbears are going to war. And Aileen and Stumblefoot were catching up with the rest of the crew as they head north. And we're going to pick up right when Stumblefoot and Aileen re-encounter the rest of the party heading north.
I think that was a hello.
Hello.
It's a
Would
weird
you
time to
stop
ask if they're
talking?
hungry, but
You've been talking the whole way up here. Could you just stop? Callum,
yeah. Yeah?
you speak goblin, bugbear, whatever the heck he's talking. Yes?
Yes, I do.
And
He said he's hungry again. Welcome back, friends. And we're having a great time. I think that about sums it up. Give or take. Also, I'm duty bound to save the bugbears. Probably something about that in there.
But why are
I
you
missed that one.
duty-bound?
That one I don't know.
I was trying to ask how things went with Aileen and Stumblefoot.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that.
That's the motions I was making.
Make a performance check.
Yeah.
Josiah.
I will.
Disadvantage.
So that would probably performance. Yeah, that's a 1.
The impression that he gives off is that he thinks he hears something.
What do you think you hear?
I will look around. Well,
He's
if you
trying
have to
to
go, then
manipulate.
go. I mean, there's a forest right over there.
Just
I'm not going to
go.
stop you.
Well, that answers that old question.
And I kind of give up on trying to communicate for the moment.
Are we walking?
So, did you guys find out anything fun and exciting?
No,
Great. Glad we got that covered.
nothing. Nothing other than my entire existence has been erased.
I mean, better than no longer existing, I suppose. So,
Well, at
Look
least
on the
if I no
bright
longer
side.
existed, I would not be aware of that my existence no longer existed.
and awareness is half the battle. So, great.
Being
Or
the
bug.
cheerful one doesn't suit you, honey.
No, it doesn't.
Warbug's gonna lean into Aileen and he's gonna say,
I think Pooh is trying to manipulate you into forgiving him. Don't do it. We're enjoying the peace and somewhat of the quiet.
Are we though? I mean, how long can a bugbear go without eating?
I mean, to be fair, I really don't know how much I can put up with his blabbing. I'd rather just listen to him blab than him make stupid noises.
No, no one thinks you're stupid, Pooh. Don't worry about it.
No, your noises are stupid. You're perfectly fine. So,
That one I understood perfectly.
I didn't understand it at all. I feel like I just missed out on a joke. While this conversation is taking place and the sun is beginning to set a little bit, I would like everybody to make a perception check. No. Passive perception. What's everybody's passive perceptions?
20.
18.
16.
13.
Perception.
You just look on your sheet where it says passive perception.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I'm
But I still have a
Your
point of
skills.
exhaustion.
Point of exhaustion.
So that
Oh, I
should count
don't get
against me.
exhausted. That's why.
Right beneath your.
Oh, I see it. Yeah,
skills.
12.
All right, everybody who's got a passive perception or 15 or higher, you guys hear, and it's the weirdest way of saying it, but you guys hear a very loud skittering sound.
Does it sound like something I recognize?
Do I want to know what that is?
Do I want to recognize it?
No, none of you would recognize that sound.
Yeah, that one I heard. It was a little more like a. You know, you kind of need the freedom of the movement. I get it.
Right, but what was it?
I will look around for it.
I mean, this is kind of more you two's neck of the woods and all. So, rabbits? Rabbits. It's rabbits. Big rabbits? Big loud
It's
rabbits.
not rabbits.
Purple
Well, they're loud.
Skittles.
They're
Sounds like.
2 words. I'm gonna look around for.
Make a investigation check, please. What are your favorite? What are your favorite?
Not this.
Okay,
I'm assuming we're in like grasslands or forests.
forest.
No, I need mountains or the Underdark.
Do you have dark vision? You do. Okay.
And true sight.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, so
But only to 10 feet. I'm sorry, blind sight, not true sight.
oh, you have some magical enhancements though that you don't know the parameters for.
Great. Love that for me.
Yeah, you see large, and when I say large, I mean large, like they're standing above the trees on on very thin, spindly legs.
A good description.
Large.
Like their legs are on the ground and they're all the way above the trees.
Yes.
Oh, that reminds me of something, but I can't think of what it is.
But you see large, strangely shaped shadow type things marching around. And there's several of them, and they like seem to be all heading in the same direction.
Bunnies.
Pardon me. I'm going to just primevally aware myself to my surroundings, just to be sure that
You're gonna
this is
do what now?
going to use my primeval awareness.
What does that do?
Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fays, fiends, and undead. It just tells me if there are any within a mile. Aside from myself. Thank you.
You pick up a little bit of undead.
I got a whole lot of undead here, so. Hey, Pooh. No, don't tell me. But, just kidding. I thought it was a joke. Never mind. Can you see what I'm seeing?
I'll take a look, I guess.
Like, I'll point.
Are you pointing it out to him?
I'm pointing to one, yes. I'm like,
Make a perception check with advantage, Pooh.
Alright, well, that's a 15 straight. Wait, I haven't found anything. Oh, that's a natural 20 on my.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, you definitely see these giant shadowy figures that are walking on very skinny, spindly legs.
Do they look like bunny rabbits at all?
Very much not.
Okay. Do they kind of look like that thing that Orbog and I fought before?
No.
Okay.
They're all, when I say shadowy, I don't mean that they're made out of shadows.
It's just in the shadowed in the shadows.
They're backlit by the twilight,
Silhouettes.
so you don't have any. Yes,
And they're not like aggressive. They're just chill, like they're just migrating.
right.
Yeah. But I'm glad I'm not the only one that sees it, so we should just probably not say anything and wait for them to pass. I imagine.
As you say this, the largest one that you've seen walks directly overhead, over the top of you guys,
Littlefoot?
and one of the spindly legs reaches down and scoops up Stumblefoot and deposits him inside its front end.
Hey, no.
It just keeps going.
What?
I pick up a stick and try to throw it at it.
What's your throwing distance, bro?
I don't know.
20
My strength.
Because this thing is probably about 80 feet in the air.
I still try to throw a stick
legs
at
aren't.
it.
All right.
I don't know how to roll it, but you just want me to do like something.
Do
Athletics?
something. I mean,
Athletics.
that's gonna be strength, bro.
Okay. In that case, it is going to be just a straight. It's 12.
Yeah, the stick goes up in the air, comes back down.
Is it heading like towards town, away from town? Which direction is this going?
Like, you guys went from town going north. These are walking to the west.
Cool.
Do you guys know what
I will
these
start to
are?
follow it.
Are they dangerous? I'm following Callum.
Well, considering they just stole Stumblefoot, we probably should figure that out quickly.
Well, I'm asking
We're gonna
because.
spend this whole episode trying to get a man back that's not here.
All right, should I shoot it? I've got my bow. Should I shoot it? I don't want to cause a fight.
Probably.
How many of them are there?
Maybe.
There are a total of 12.
So if we shoot one, does that mean we're gonna have 11 coming after us?
Probably. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna loose an arrow.
With that roll of 11, it's very much like the stick poo through. The arrow goes up, the arrow comes down.
I'm gonna throw my dagger at it.
What's your range on that dagger?
It's 2060. But I'm not trying. I'm just trying to get it into the leg.
Into the leg?
Into a leg.
Okay.
Since it's 80 feet up, I can't quite throw it that far. But
Right. Go ahead and roll your attack, I guess. I gotta come up with an AC for these things, because that was...
you don't really have to. 14.
I'm gonna say that missed. And the only reason why I'm gonna say that missed is because literally these legs are about as skinny as a rope. And they're moving.
That is quite difficult, isn't it?
So I have a question.
I have an answer.
What size would a tree be considered?
What do you mean?
Is it tiny? Small? Is the tree medium?
on the tree.
What? The tree that the thing is crawling on. What does it?
Oh, it's not crawling on a tree. It's like standing its leg. I was just giving a point of reference. Like the main body of these things are over the tops of the trees. It's just that's how tall the legs are.
Question still stands. What would a tree be considered?
Monstrosities.
I think that a tree would be considered as
Giant.
large, possibly giant, depending on the tree.
Then I'm going to cast Animate Object.
An ent?
So, which means that the tree now has an HP of 50, an attack of 10, a bunch of other stuff that's in the Roll20 chat. But I'm going to, as my bonus action that I get with that spell, I'm going to tell the trees to grab on to its legs and hold it.
So it grabs onto the leg of one of these, and I need you to make a strength roll, please.
Okay. Even though it has its own strength.
Yeah, well, you need to roll the strength based off
Okay.
the strength it has there. So, like, for instance, the strength on this is a 14, so it's going to be a +1.
Okay. 20.
You rolled a nat 20?
No. With the 1, I rolled a 20.
Okay.
I rolled a 19.
Okay, so the tree grabs on to this thing's leg. I hate this because 20 was my DC. So yeah, it grabs onto this thing's leg and roots itself down. And the leg sitting there pulling against the tree real hard. And then eventually it gives a good solid yank, and the tree rips the leg out of this thing. And it just continues walking.
What comes gushing out?
Nothing.
I have serious questions about the anatomy of this. Okay. Well, that was unhelpful.
You guys watch as these things walk further and further away, and as soon as the sun ducks down behind the horizon, those of you who have dark sight, or you see these things just kind of crouch down, and then you see lights appear where they crouch down at.
So everyone's seeing this, right?
I'm gonna say we need to go and investigate that, if nothing else, just because Stumblefoot seems to be the most, shall we say, reliable one around here.
They... Yeah, well, the bugbears will be there, yeah. But you can see them glowing, right? Like, I'm not the only one seeing them glowing.
No, you're not the only one.
And they are the lights that you're seeing there are very colorful, and they're soft lights.
Oh, they cast dancing lights on themselves. I understand now. Just giant dancing lights. Okay, so we have the bugbear thing to take care of. And we also have Stumblefoot inside of a giant glowing disco ball. So... And Pooh can't talk still because Aileen won't forgive him, which is very difficult. I understand. I know a thing about not forgiving other people.
Specifically
But if
Pooh.
I can do it, then... Best not to say anything yet, Pooh. Just let it ride.
Well, I will volunteer to go be mayor while he's gone.
You have my vote.
No.
If
That was not,
that helps.
Pooh, as you do that, Pooh, you actually start to hear kind of calliope music coming from the general direction of the lights. And with your bugbear sense of smell, you also begin to smell sugary fried foods.
Oh.
Great. Now he's gonna.
And
shove it up his nose.
you haven't eaten for a day now, Pooh.
Do we need? You know,
He's looking good though.
Well, since Stumblefoot's not here, I guess I'll be the one to tell us. We should all sit down and have a little talk about Aileen's feelings. And then, yep, that's gonna come up on the
I
agenda.
would care to not do that in front of everybody, if that is all right.
Would you like to do it with just Pooh,
How
or
about
just me, or Bog?
how
Great
about we
at
just
feeling.
travel that way, and Pooh and I will hang back, and we will have a conversation, and the rest
Do
of
we
you
need- Do we need
can
to be
walk.
worried about whether or not this conversation will involve sharp objects?
How would you prefer me to give you my harp?
I think you're the only one we have to worry
Do you
about
intend
randomly
to
stabbing
stab people with your harp?
You've not seen me use my harp, have you?
Nope.
Oh yeah, very impressive. Talented.
Maybe you can play us a ditty later.
Aileen,
Yes.
you don't know anything about this harp you have.
Oh, I don't, do I? Oh no. That's gonna be a bad show. I'm not gonna get paid.
Or a really exciting show. Depends on what you're into. So we'll start walking towards the lights, and if one of you shows up, we'll know what happened.
And if both of you show up, we definitely know what happened.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Do you need a pool cue
No.
between the two of you?
At least
All right,
I don't.
well-
Pooh, do you feel like you are unsafe around me?
I lean over to give you a hug, and then I
Okay.
proceed to give you a hug.
Start walking away.
I feel like somebody should go back to Waterdeep
We're going.
and let
We're
the
going
people
to the lights.
know that their
going
mayor
to the
got
lights,
eaten.
Oh, Bog. Go towards the light.
Right.
I mean,
I'm concerned about
Go
the power
Towards
vacuum.
the light, my friend.
so I mean, out of
Fine.
all of us, I have a feeling Stumblefoot's probably the most capable, could get himself out of that situation. And if not, we are here to facilitate should he
And
call upon
the
us.
food smells great. So
Yes. So could we walk now? You guys talk. We'll keep an eye, make sure you don't kill each other.
I won't be watching. So
I appreciate that.
All right. Let's go.
Pooh. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about you at the moment because I'm not entirely sure how I feel about myself. But I do know that you would not intentionally hurt somebody. Not somebody you cared about anyway. So, I do forgive you.
And as she says this, there's this small little beam of light that goes across your lips, Pooh, and you are able to open your mouth again.
Oh, it's nice to be able to breathe again.
I'm sure.
Over my mouth. The nose was getting a little stuffy.
I imagine.
Are you doing okay with things, Aileen?
I don't know, Pooh. I just don't know. All records of my parents are gone. The bakery is owned by somebody else. I don't remember the last 2 years? Year and a half? I haven't seen my family in forever, and I don't know what to do with that.
Yes,
Just,
it's hard losing your family. And not knowing where they are. I understand that.
Yeah.
I think most of us here have family issues.
I don't know what to do. There's nothing here to bake. There's nothing here to do. Except for maybe go eat something that smells like fried food.
Fried food is good.
Well, maybe attempt to save Stumblefoot if that's even a possibility.
Well, we'll do what we can to help you, Aileen. If it helps, we can tell you more about what happened. I mean, in your missing time that you don't remember.
That might be a conversation for another day.
I mean, just like stories, we can tell you. I can tell you what happened. I'm a decent storyteller.
You are that indeed. Okay, well, let's go get you some food since it's taken me a full day and one full night of not sleeping to be able to remember that I was supposed to be forgiving you.
Oh, that's all right. It was rather fun. I like the look on.
Where is Gareth?
Gareth? Oh,
yes.
Well, he got injured in his leg. And we worked to fix that, and he stuck around at the church for a while, and well, you know, he's off doing his Gareth thing, preaching the good news and whatnot.
That sounds like Gareth. Okay, I was just worried about him.
Oh, he's doing just fine, I think.
Oh, good.
Last we checked. But Gareth is being Gareth.
At least that's somebody off my plate of wondering what's going on with him.
Oh, I may have said the wrong thing. Yep, never mind. Well, let's keep going. Yes.
We walk.
You guys come to a fenced off area. Hang on, that's not where I wanted to put you.
That is the water.
I just have too many maps.
We have taken a wrong turn. Oh, look at it.
You guys see a lot of colorful tents and an outdoor stage with a target on it and several knives thrown into it.
Are the big spindly boys still here?
Make a perception check for me, please.
Oh, those... For all your dice needs.
No.
Check out Sage's Portal, where you too can roll 3s and 2s and lots of 1s.
With your passive perception, you begin to kind of piece together that these tents are in fact the things you saw walking around. And as you look closer, you notice that the ropes that are drilled down into the ground might just have been the legs that they were walking on.
Are there any people? Or is it just the tents?
Right now, it's just darkness and tents.
But there are lights, right? A few lights.
Yeah, there's colorful lights that are emanating from the tents.
Oh boy.
And music.
So
This is very intense. Yes.
Tense.
What about the fried food?
Wilder
Yeah.
or Orbog, you're also very perceptive. Does anyone, these tents look surprisingly a lot like said creatures, and also I don't see people. So are you getting, we shouldn't enter the circle or tell them our name kind of vibe here? Because that's kind of where I'm at.
Hello, anybody home?
Oh, they caught up already. That was such a quick heart-to-heart.
Yeah.
You both survived.
We did.
Indeed.
Aileen's feeling, she forgave me, so I appreciate that. And,
We won't go into what Aileen's feeling.
We won't. No.
Yeah, we specifically didn't stay so that we didn't have to talk about it.
Yep.
Right.
Aileen is feeling like she might like some fried food, though.
Yeah, see, I don't think we should accept anything from the creature tent things.
I would agree here.
Or tell them anything. Or talk to them. Or make eye contact, maybe. I don't know how you make eye contact with the tent, but don't do it.
How about this tent here? It looks pretty like a nice tent.
Don't. What did I just say about looking?
I'm not looking.
Pooh.
I'm just like pointing. I'm poking it.
Don't even point
I
at
poke
it.
a tent.
No.
Oh, I don't.
I
where
poke
am I?
this nice green tent. I go up and poke the green tent on the left. On the right.
You hold my sword.
I poke it.
And my dagger.
You poke it, and then another puff of that fried, sugary food smell.
Spores,
Oh, yes.
don't breathe in. No, don't breathe.
I poked the right
and-
tent.
And ale come from there.
Wilder, look away.
And actually, as you poke that, and that smell wafts out, a very fragrant smell of ale comes across Wilder's nose, and
That's not a good smell.
it smells like the most delicious ale that you have ever smelt in your life.
I mean, we're not like
It smells especially potent.
busy right now. Right? I mean,
No. Yes,
Pooh-
we are.
Pooh-
We have,
Pooh
you
just-
know.
who just got his
I'm
mouth
just gonna
back?
peek. I'm just
What if we... Well,
peeking.
but the big one, you know, it was... The big one.
As the acting mayor, I think we should let Pooh do whatever he wants.
I did.
I did lend my vote to Orbog. I apologize.
I stood close to Stumblefoot most of the time.
And he's the
so
closest in
it's
height.
by
Yeah,
proxy.
he's
So...
a good approximation of Stumblefoot.
Yes. I'm the
I'm just saying that, you know,
choice.
Stumblefoot was picked up by the big one, which seems like the big tent. We should get in, find him, get out. Don't eat anything. Don't drink anything. And,
Right. Right.
Bob's your uncle. We're on our way.
But we don't know if he wants to be saved.
I'm pretty sure his
No,
whole
I think
message is
we
about
should
getting
just-
saved. Based
Callum-
on the brief conversation I had with him.
Callum,
Which was very much, yeah.
Callum has a point here. We should listen to Callum. Callum has some very good points.
Thank you.
And
But I don't...
to the big tent, and then out.
Don't.
We got to be smart. Don't follow your nose or your stomach. We've got...
know that anyone said that about me before, so I appreciate that. Thank
Who?
you.
Yep.
I'd like you to make a con save, please.
No. I believe in you.
Does he have to make a concept because he said something nice about Callum?
Who's he trying to con?
So that's a 12. Yep, that's a 12.
The smell from the tent is starting to become even more intense. You smell
It's very much in the tent.
fried honey rolls
Overhead honey rolls.
and exotic honeys that you've never smelt before.
Exotic honeys that I've never smelt before until just now when I smelt them. But Callum is right.
Ridiculously delicious smelling. You haven't eaten for a day.
For a day. But I need. I remember the mouth, Pooh. Remember, be smart. Think. Do what Brother Panda would do. Rescue. What's his face?
I'm gonna
Perhaps
put a
we
hand
should
on
walk away from
Pooh's
this
shoulder and be
tent.
like, this
Hey.
way. Let's
Hey, Pooh, if you
shove
if-
him in that direction.
Somebody
Pooh, if
punch me
you're-
in the nose.
Wilder, I'd also like you to make a con save, please.
I'm just gonna shove Pooh towards the big tent. Just
I'm gonna let myself be shoved.
Maybe if I hold my breath. I've gotten very good at that.
Oh, do that.
I'm gonna hold my breath.
Okay. Wilder, you also start smelling things, but it's not what Pooh smells. You smell
Pooh.
kind of the dark. You start smelling like dark roasted grains and sweet smelling ales, and you begin to hear laughter, like a very happening tavern sounds coming from that tent.
Hey, Pooh, how about maybe you just don't go by yourself, buddy system and all.
I'm holding my breath and trying to follow Callum.
Come on.
So, Orbog, you want to push that one? This way.
That's why I'm acting. I'm acting here.
Yeah. Can you act him in the direction of the big tent?
I will act him in the direction of the tent, citizen.
You guys hear like the fun time they're having in there? I kind of gives me like carnival vibes. I haven't been to a carnival in years. It's kind of cool, kind of fun. I mean,
Perhaps not the time to go.
No, I mean,
I hear you, citizen, and your concerns are my concerns.
So you'll go with me?
No, I'll push you in there.
No. Stop it, both of you.
No, push me in that one.
We've got
the other one.
Yes, we've got to rescue Stumblefoot.
Pooh, as you breathe in,
Yep.
you can taste a slightly sweet flavor on the air as you're standing in front of this tent.
I'm going.
Just the very small particulates that create smell that are on the air even tasted better than the best honey that you've ever had in your life.
I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to sit down, cross my legs, and meditate for a second.
Pooh.
And use stillness of mind, which is I can use an action to end an effect on myself, such as being charmed or frightened. So I'm going to use it to center myself and use it to keep myself from being charmed.
Okay.
If I am being charmed, but I'm. And then I open my eyes, like open one eye and peek out and look around.
As you open your eye and you peek out, there's no longer a smell. You don't hear any sounds other than your friends that are around you. And there's no lights there.
Enter peace. That's what I'm talking about. That panda knew what he was talking about.
Pooh dear, would you like a baked good?
No, stop that.
No. I have some that I made.
And as she mentions baked goods, the lights begin to come on around the camp again.
Hey! So,
For everybody else, nothing changed. This is just from Pooh's perspective.
I've got to say, guys, there's something fishy going on here. I'm with Callum on this. I think there's some sort of magical magic going on. I'm not a magic man, you know that. But they were gone. The lights weren't there for a little bit once I closed my eyes. And now they're back.
Obviously. Right, because
Give
you
me one of
opened
those
your eyes.
pastries, Aileen.
I pass him a cinnamon roll.
I stuff it in my mouth.
Now I want a cinnamon roll.
It's a very good cinnamon roll. And we're going that way.
And I pick up Wilder as I'm walking.
Come on, Wilder.
Oh, okay.
We're going in here.
And I walk towards the big red tent in the center.
Okay, so all of you are heading towards the tent.
As we pass this target with all the knives, I just want to like look at it, just to observe it for a second, just investigate it. So to
Okay,
speak.
what are you looking for?
Like signs of, like obviously there are knives in it, so someone has thrown them.
Mm-hmm.
But does it look like someone has been walking around up there? Are there signs of, even just around the platform?
Okay, make an investigation.
Signs
check,
of
please.
people, signs of magical tomfoolery, if you will. 14.
14. You make out some tracks around there. You can definitely tell that somebody had been there and recently.
Do the knives all seem like normal, straightforward daggers?
With the 14, you're and it's a little dark. Can't quite tell. You're trying to make stuff out just by looking at it in dim light.
I will trail along after the others.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right. In we go. Count them.
You guys make your way to the
Big red tent.
right. You guys make your way to the entrance of the large tent.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace on all of us, just to be concerned.
Okay. And as you look at the entrance, it is pitch black.
Do I see anything?
No.
Well, hello,
Perhaps I should go in
darkness.
Ew.
you know what? I don't think anybody's home. We could probably leave now. That's fine.
Stumblefoot might be in there.
It's true. Does this seem like magical darkness? Like if I pick up a rock and throw it in, can I see the rock?
Do you want to try that?
Yes.
Okay.
I pick up a rock and throw it in.
Okay, you pick up a rock and you throw it in, and as soon as it goes past the darkness, you don't see it anymore, and you don't hear it land.
Well, that doesn't sound like a good place to be.
Well, he's probably fine, so we should go to the bugbear camp then.
Yeah, okay, so hear me out. If the keeper didn't want Stumblefoot eaten by shadows, wouldn't he have stopped it?
We can't rely on the keeper to do anything. Did you
No, you
forget that we disappeared for 2 years?
I didn't, but
I was there. I think this reminds me of that doorway where we found. Remember that? You remember that, Wilder? You went in there.
Yeah.
It was like dark and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that.
Doesn't this kind of remind you of that? Bless you. You are
Is
blessed.
this in my city or a different one?
I think someone is sick inside of there.
Why in the background?
They're sneezing up a storm.
And you,
A little part of the tent just poofed up.
actually, no, that was a sound that was coming from that green tent.
A sneeze?
I don't.
Yeah. You start to hear noises of people having a good time and being jovial.
And and sneezing.
I'm always having a good time when I'm sneezing. What if we should just go to the bugbear camp?
Yes, Callum. I would love to do that, but I also don't like leaving people behind, as you know.
But you can't. I mean, that's not natural.
If you were in there, would you want me to come after you? Would you want me to try?
I mean, to
Just really think about that.
I think this is a dangerous conversation to start right now.
I mean,
No,
to be
I'm
fair
just-
though, back at the church, I think you were just like, if anything happens, don't get me.
He did
That's
not.
true.
He
So
didn't say
yeah,
that.
this is a dangerous
But-
conversation to start.
Yes, yes. And I'm pretty sure Stumblefoot would have same thing.
Yeah, he's got prayer on his side.
Right. I don't want to go in there, so we could. Can we go?
You guys hear, as you guys are having this conversation, you guys hear coming from the large tent just the sound of something going.
Woody Woodpecker?
Can hear inside it.
See, he's fine. He's fine.
And on
And
that note,
listen.
I'm a fan of leaving now.
Yes, I'm a fan of privacy too. We need to leave him alone. What he does in his tent is his business.
Okay.
I'm going to.
Okay. Now, give me 1 minute. I'm going in. If I'm not back,
Pooh,
well,
Pooh,
I'll be back.
I'm gonna
The last-
center
No,
it
the-
30 feet.
Yep, center 30 feet.
Centered 30 feet into the tent. I'm gonna cast daylight.
Okay.
If this or the spell's area overlaps with an area of darkness created by a spell of or lower, then 3rd level, the spell that created darkness is dispelled. But otherwise, it creates a 60-foot radius sphere of light centered from the point I choose, which is bright light.
Okay.
And then for another 60 feet beyond that, dim light.
Okay. And so
don't
you
like the dark.
cast the spell, and the tent itself lights up even more, but the entrance stays black.
That's a bright tent.
What if we cut through the side?
Oh. Make our own way in. Yes.
Now, we could face problems if we find out that this tent is actually the creature and the creature gets upset and then we all die. But I'm willing to risk that to not walk through that inky sphere.
I would agree to that.
All right, old bug. Choppy chop.
Okay, no, I'm gonna stay near the back because I don't want Waterdeep to lose another mayor. I'm concerned
You know, he's right.
about the possible.
we should like have a guard around you.
I volunteer to guard
Like a
Orbok.
secret service.
Yep.
Have an idea.
Uh-huh.
Out of character.
Yes.
But do you have one in character?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. So, what if I cast Lehman's Tiny Hut right next to the tent? We cut through it and run back inside. Because it protects you.
It sure does, but...
Well, with how Lehman's tiny hut works, you have to stay in it, Aileen, in order
Well,
for it to work.
yes.
But
That
we're
was
awful
part
quick,
of the
you know.
point.
Yeah, the mayor and his guard should definitely be in there, though.
Okay. Can I have like a dagger or something so I can cut? I just have a staff, and that doesn't cut
Oh,
very
yeah,
well.
I've got sharp things.
Sharp
I've got
things.
plenty.
Good. Well, you have a
Well,
knife or
no,
something?
I can help. I, as a mayor, I need to get used to cutting things.
Pardon? What do you think a mayor does? Hold on. I think I cast my vote too soon.
There's ribbons, and when you open, you have to cut them.
With big scissors.
Okay.
I've
Yep,
seen
that was
Thanks.
better than where my brain went. So my vote's still
Good.
for you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, citizen. I appreciate
You're welcome.
that.
Okay, so-
I volunteer Orbog to cut the tent.
I go and like stand right next to the tent and then cast time Lemon's tiny hut.
While this is going on, I'm going to find a tent that may have ale. I'm going to
Oh,
stealth
no.
away.
I'm gonna attempt to see if I can perceive this happening, but I find that highly unlikely.
I do too.
So,
Yeah, because I gave this man pass without trace. So
yeah, you got 39, Wilder. So,
if you would like good dice, run on over to Sage's portal.
what'd you roll?
9.
Yeah, you don't notice.
Yeah.
Wilder, you do
Welcome.
smell a very distinct smell of really good ale coming from that green tent. And as you open the front flap of that tent, you also see that same blackness at the entrance of the tent, but you hear laughing and good times on the inside. The promising smell of tasty Hefeweizens.
Guys, do you guys do to-go orders? I'm with some friends that don't want to leave them too long.
You just hear a voice from the tent saying, "Come on in! It's the free night!"
Oh, I like fruit. And I look behind me to see if anybody noticed me. And when I realize that they haven't, I slip inside the tent.
Okay.
Don't forget to use your Sage's portal dice when you roll your new character.
Okay, we will resolve that in a minute. Going back to the rest of the party. What's going on with you guys now?
Orbog's cutting a hole in the tent.
I'm cutting the tent
Okay.
Keeping guard
very properly.
outside
So-
of the hut.
Are you guys waiting for Liamon's tiny hut to be raised first?
Well, yeah, I mean, if we see her doing it, yes, we're waiting.
Because it does take a little bit to...
I think it's 10 minutes,
Make-
yeah.
Wow, how
it takes
long?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? I don't have this kind of time. People are counting on me.
So you're not going to wait.
No, I won't. I won't wait. I'll cut it first.
Okay.
I'm keeping guard.
I'm a man of action.
All right.
At the ready, you might say.
Aileen, as you begin the process of raising this spectral hut of yours, Orbog's just like, "I'm a man of action," and he cuts open the fabric of the side of this tent, and as the fabric opens up, there's more of that inky blackness, and the fabric of the tent starts to kind of seal itself back together.
That didn't do exactly what we expected, did it?
Well, I for one am now officially okay with going. Stumblefoot can handle himself. Let's go on.
I'd like the
agree.
four of you to make a perception check. Actually, no. I'm going to use your passive perception because that's what this would be. The four of you notice that you are missing yet another individual.
Where's Wilder?
Oh, Wilder! Wilder! What? Oh,
I'm gonna momentarily listen at the tent just to the south of this buddy. This guy. West.
Sorry, I was on a
Should say
different
not south.
screen. What's going on?
That's okay. I'm just listening at this tinier tent for a second
Okay, let me see which one that
when they
is.
start yelling Wilder. It is a small red not octagon. Hexagon? Is that my shape?
As you start listening at that tent, you hear the gentle sound of a music box playing.
Oh, nope. That was nice. That was good. Nope. Nope. I hear Wilder. Sorry, can you say that again in Pooh's voice?
Wilder! Where are you?
Look around. And I assume I don't see him because he's not outside. Oh, where
I bet he went back to that green tent.
I'm gonna just go that way.
Oh, it's no good.
Before I go over towards the green tent, I scoop up a handful of dirt and shove some into my nose.
Callum, as you get closer to that tent, you hear the sounds of raucous laughter, and somewhere in there, you begin to hear Wilder's voice, laughing
Sounds like
and
happiness.
chatting away.
I'm gonna like book it over to this tent, but like stop right in the doorway, just so we, because I'm not ready to go through inky blackness. But I'm just gonna like stand there and be like, how much do I like this guy?
All right. While you're standing there, you also hear. Callum doesn't know what the sound is, but to give you a good description, what Squid would know. It's the sound of a small engine. It's like the sound of, you remember those little tiny, like, I think they called them pocket rockets, those itty bitty motorcycles. And you see what Squid would know, a little tiny car starting to drive out of the big tent.
Squid,
The
but
clown
no.
car. Oh, Callum doesn't notice. Callum's looking into this darkness.
But there's a clown car coming out of the tent
It's
The
coming
big
out of
tent.
It's coming out of the big tent.
that Orbog and I were still over by.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that? What is that thing? It's like zipping around.
No idea.
Zipping. Come here, Zippy.
Wagon.
Yeah, you zippy wagon.
It's a wagon.
I run after the zippy wagon.
It's a bandwagon.
We should get on it, right?
Well, while they're doing that, I will close my eyes and step into this tent.
Okay, well, that happened.
I approach it slowly, like I'm, sneaking up on it on tiptoes.
All right, the door that's next to you opens, and the door itself is probably about 18 inches tall. That's about how big this little car is.
Okay. Ankle height.
Probably comes up to middle of your shin.
Does something get out? I kind of lean over to see if...
A big hand reaches around, actually two big hands reaches around to the outside, and a humanoid pulls himself out that has kind of white skin, and on his face he has like some red markings.
A little crept in there, huh?
And as he comes out, he's about 6'5", and probably has a 58-inch waistband.
My.
And he's carrying a large sledge axe with a butterfly engraved on the head of it.
Oh, I had an axe once.
And he just kind of looks at you, and he's got a sheen of drool around his mouth, and he begins to actively start licking his lips as he's staring at you.
You have been listening to the Playing Games with Strangers podcast with the voices of John Haryu, Catherine Serwinski, Dave Clements, J.S. Earls, Celeste Mora, Josiah Crandall, Eric Campagno, and Steve MacDonald. The theme music was written and performed by Steve Arthur, used with permission. Find more of his music on Facebook or wherever you purchase music digitally. Please review this podcast wherever you download it from, to help other podcasters find our podcast and join our community. And once again, thank you for listening.